This is the Matrice 200 selection reasoning. So for starters, we needed an airframe that would be able to perform in harsh weather conditions such as heavy winds, extreme cold, and snow. The airframe needed to have a heavy payload capacity in order to hold all necessary sensors such as LiDAR and a daytime camera. We also needed an airframe able to drop objects from the aircraft. The range of the airframe needed to be quite good, seeing as we will need to scan large areas at a time. We also wanted something with at least 30 minutes of flight time. Lastly, to ensure safety, we wanted something with encrypted signals between the PIC and the aircraft. So when we first came across the Matrice 200, it seemed to fit all of those things perfectly. For starters, it has a 7-kilometer range that will allow us to scan large areas for potential avalanche risk zones in a shorter amount of time than a patrol on the ground would be able to do it. And one big problem is flying in sub-zero temperatures makes it difficult for batteries to hold a charge well, but since the Matrice 200 has a self-heating battery system, that will no longer be an issue and will maximize flight time, as well as a dual battery system allows for the increased flight time up to 38 minutes. It also has a foldable design, making the Matrice easier to transport through harsh conditions and is able to be set up in just a few minutes. With a 2-kilogram payload capacity, the Matrice 200 can fly heavier payloads in windy conditions, which will be excellent for attaching explosive payloads for snow cutting, especially in snowy conditions that may be less than ideal. The Matrice 200 is also equipped with obstacle avoidance to detect above, below, and in front of the aircraft, and that will be extremely helpful when flying in harsh conditions, especially when low to the ground during explosive placement. And the Matrice 200 has encrypted controls, which will allow reassurance that the Matrice cannot be hijacked, which is key, especially when dealing with an explosive payload that could become less than ideal. So, seeing as the Matrice 200 fit every requirement that we had, as well as exceeded some of them, it seemed like the perfect fit, and that is why our group chose the Matrice 200 as our airframe. Thank you.